Welcome back to Living Ramadan, where we chat to ordinary people about their Ramadan experiences. We continue the conversation with Weaam Williams, who talks about the significance of this sacred month.
Also in this month, I try not to push too hard in terms of my ambitions. So I think generally my character is quite ambitious, and I don't mean it in a, women, sometimes the women are viewed negatively when we are ambitious. But I am quite ambitious. And in Ramadan, I try to take a few steps back from that and allow Allah's will to filter through, Sometimes we push so hard to achieve certain goals, and then sometimes you push really hard and you don't achieve those goals because it wasn't meant for you, or because it's just not meant to be, as we believe as Muslims, that which is meant for you will come to you. And so in Ramadan, I try to just soften that, like to just be more reflective. I wouldn't say I don't work, because I have work that I need to do, but I try to calm my ambitions and to just take a few steps back and allow those things that are meant to be and come to me to do so. For example, even this interview, it's just like sometimes I just allow things to just flow.
For Weaam, Ramadan is not just an individual thing, but should be about our roles in the pursuit of social justice.
I can't say that there has been anything majorly significant in terms of a personal journey or development in one particular month. I think, my character in terms of understanding faith, family, religion, work, all of those things holistically has developed over a number of years, It's not something that could happen over a month. Although I've always found a lot of barakah in the month of Ramadan. There've always been very positive things happening to me in terms of my sustenance and work during this month. And it's quite significant because it's also a time where I'm not pushing and I'm letting my ambitions rest. I definitely think it's restraint and compassion. I've spoken to my children about this, about how food security is a privilege, and how so many hundreds of thousands or millions of people around the world don't have access to food security, and how this impacts on people mentally, physically, and emotionally, and how just being able to eat every day is a privilege, and the fact that we are able to do this means that we are somehow at a higher playing level than people who are not able to do so, and so with that comes a sense of compassion and understanding for the poor and the hungry, and I think the ability to restrain oneself during this month, not only from food, but from your own emotions. We try to act calmly. We try to not incite ourselves to be aggressive, or to speak in an aggressive way, or to just to practice humility and a sense of pacifism. I think that for me, there's a lot of strength in that.
Isn't it? Must be tough.
I'm in control. You in control.
After the success of her last film, what's next for this trailblazing filmmaker?
The next project we'll release is the Buka documentary, which I've worked on alongside my husband, Nafia. and that we're hoping to release on the film festival circuit during the course of this year. We're in the final stages of post-production. And then, of course, the 2U's feature film, I'm currently fundraising for that. The screenplay was funded by the National Film and Video Foundation. And so now I need to raise the funding to actually make the production, to make the film.
The memory of District 6 is as iconic to Cape Town as Table Mountain. My family once owned a considerable amount of property in this place. District 6 housed the tribe, dating back 5 generations to my great-great-grandfather Imam Shadli Awaldeen. My grandfather, Saeed Hartley, was the owner of the Hartley Tailor Shop, an inherited family business of 3 generations. My grandfather lived alongside his siblings in a block of houses in District 6. My mother, Nazli Hartley, had a rich and secure childhood, surrounded by family, community, love, and culture. My family's story is in no way unique. District 6 was home to many close-knit family networks.
Those were the days when children could still play in the streets freely without parents worrying about the children.
I fell in love with District 6. Our Faith, as you know, I'm sure, he was then, in 1962, the head of all the gangs in District 6. And perhaps the gangs of District 6 were so good to me because of Oh Faith.
We are the sexy boys, en ons is unemployed. Die mense wie annoy, ons is die sexy boys. Sit alles.
I always imagine how I would feel if I come to a place where my home was and it's a parking lot.
District 6 is a very valuable property because it's the heart of the city. It's the extended heart of the city.
As we conclude, we get some insight into the beauty of this month through the eyes of Capetonians.
I'm Nawal Ismail. I'm from all the way from Ocean View, and Ramadan means for me togetherness and family. Because during any other time, we tend to live past one another. Kids at school, you at work, and I think this is the one month that as a family you can sit all together at the same table and break fast together. I don't think there's no other month in a year that you get that opportunity. So for me it's togetherness and family. Shukran.
Ramadan is about family, it is about community, it's about sharing and caring, and this is what's happening here. People are coming, they're bringing their dates, they're bringing all their savories because they want to share it with the community. Because often people want to ask you what Islam is not. We are telling people tonight, this is what Islam is. It's about togetherness, it's breaking your fast, and it's not just Muslims, you can say there are non-Muslims as well. Because in the book up, that is what we grew up with. We grew up with camaraderie, we grew up with family, we grew up with tradition. So today I've come home to my tradition in the Buka.
I have incredible respect for the Muslim people to have that month of sacrifice for something bigger than themselves. And a colleague of mine who is Muslim explained to me that in her understanding that period of fasting is to feel what others who don't have, to really experience that of not having, of lack, of not having enough to eat, of maybe not having shelter, just to walk in their shoes. So I have incredible respect for someone who's willing to walk the path of others who don't have. So that takes real sacrifice and real empathy, real feeling on your heart. So I have a lot of respect for that.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Peterson. I'm from Kensington. To me, Ramadan means to give and to share.
Thank you for joining us on the second episode of Living Ramadan. Join us again next time for some more interesting perspectives on Ramadan.